What's going on, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV, Jermaine Cole, little old Jermaine. Jermaine Cole is my dog. That's been one of my favorite rappers since I first heard him in like 2009 when I heard the warm up, right? Um, so look, I talked about him dropping the 7 minute drill, the diss to Kendrick Lamar. I talked about Kendrick Lamar's like that verse, right? And I thought how fire I thought that verse was. And I thought Cole's response was dope too, despite people trying to downplay it, calling it trash. The only thing I felt like was really like, I felt like Kendrick was rapping on a better beat. The first beat that Cole was rapping on, I felt like Kendrick beat was better. And then I felt like the Prince outlived Mike Jack line, I feel like that was just a heavy line that I feel like Cole, well, that wasn't a line towards Cole. That was a line towards Drake. But I felt like that line probably made Kendrick's a little more emphatic, like some of them other lines in there. But the lines that I'm talking about that made Kendrick's diss more emphatic were aimed at Drake. Nonetheless, J.Cole was at Dreamville Fest, which my little sister, my baby sister, was at Dreamville Fest, right? And he was basically apologizing for the diss, the 7 minute drill diss, talking about how he regretted it and you know how he prayed his boy Kendrick didn't feel no way about it. He said, but if he did, I got my chin out, take your best shot. I'm gonna take it on the chin. And he told the audience, I ain't gonna lie, y'all, past 2 days been terrible. It let me know how I've been sleeping for the past 10 years. He talks about losing sleep over the diss. And you know what I mean? And this is the thing, man. This is my thing. When you jump out there and do something like that, you gotta really be prepared to like you gotta think about all the possible outcomes of everything before you do it. Because for the sake of hip hop, it was dope. We see competitive rap, we see dudes coming at each other. It's fun for the spirit of hip hop because hip hop battling has always been a core element. It's been a core a staple of hip hop. It has been, right? And dudes who are at the top of the top, we've been accustomed to those dudes taking shots at each other, going back and forth on wax, and it's all fun. We knew Cole and Kendrick don't got no real beef with each other. They got a lot of love for each other, right? But when you step out there, like, you gotta stand on that. You gotta stand on that when you step out there. If you gonna release that, you gotta stand on that. Because the moment you take it back and you apologize, everybody like, oh, come on, dog. Come on, man. We was just getting started. We thought it was going to turn into something dope. Maybe y'all could have later on, after the shots get thrown, y'all flip it into a collab or something like that. But like, you know, we like, damn, we thought it was, come on, man. No, man, stand on that. You feel me? If you really didn't want to release that, or you really didn't, if you going to apologize, people feel like you should have kept that in your house rather than making it come, letting the track come out at all. So, you know, and I know people gonna be like, oh, Cole was scared of Kendrick. I don't even think it was that at all. I don't think Cole is intimidated by no MC. I believe he really don't got no problems with Kendrick. Kendrick is a friend of his, and I think like he, in the spirit of hip hop, he let a lot of folks he let a lot of people dictate him doing something that he really didn't want to do. Cause it seemed like he really didn't really want to do that diss. Some people feel like they can feel it with how he was responding. I felt it with like how he came and apologized. It sounded like it was something that he didn't want to do, but he felt like, oh damn, my fans looking for me to respond in the spirit of hip hop. So let me respond with some venom. You know what I mean? Let me respond with something, right? And I think he didn't want to do that, and he felt bad about disrespecting the discography of somebody that he calls a friend or a brother, right? I think he felt bad about that part. And not, oh, I shouldn't be talking about nobody albums because mine is boring type of thing. I don't think it was that, because I know all the Kendrick stands gonna come in here. He talking because he know his album's boring. No, I think he felt like I shouldn't be disrespecting the body of work of somebody that I feel like is really a good friend of mine. And he felt bad about it. But my thing is this, he should have thought about all these possible outcomes or all these possible things before releasing that. Because when you release it, man, and you apologize, we like, come on, bro. I'm gonna be for real. It looked weak, you know. And I'm a fan of. Look, I'm a fan of J. Cole. I'm a fan of Kendrick. I'm a fan of Drake. I'm a bigger fan of Drake and J. Cole than Kendrick. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I am, right? But I acknowledge Kendrick Lamar is a extremely dope rapper, outstanding lyricist. Great songwriter, etc. But I've always been more of a fan of more of a Cole fan and a Drake fan for sure, right? But yeah, I think he just felt like, yo, I shouldn't. This is our thing though, right? I'm losing my thoughts. If you're gonna do something like that, you gotta think about all the possible outcomes before you do it. Nas didn't apologize for Ether. Jay-Z didn't. I don't remember Jigga apologizing for the takeover. And they had real beef. So I know that's a little different. They had real beef and they never apologized. They hugged it out in public and all of that. But, Cole sounded like he just regret the whole thing. He want to take it back. And again, when you step out there on a ledge like that, you got to be prepared. Like, you got to think about all these things before you do that. That's like, if you being outside and you get into a confrontation with somebody and you pull a gun out and now you like, oh, I want to take that back. I want to take that back. No, bro, you should have thought about pulling that gun out before you do it. Because what do people say? If you're going to pull a gun out, you better use it. So you should have thought about pulling out the blick before, and what the consequences of pulling out that blick was before you drew the weapon. And that's how I feel. Like, before you should have thought about all these different possible outcomes. And like, damn, I'm going to disrespect my boy. I'm going to disrespect his discography. We really ain't got no problems. He was really throwing more shots at Drake than anybody. And for years, Cole has been acting as the mediator between Drake and all of them. He been acting as the mediator between everybody, right? And I think, like, now he fell away. Oh, damn, man. Okay, maybe I'm taking it a little too far. But again, he should have thought about all of that before he jumped out on the ledge. You know what I mean? He should have thought about, hey, man, this is going to come off a wrong way. Because now it make him look weak. And now people looking like, oh, my God, Cole, you whack for this, you whack for this, you whack for this, man. And so, my fault, y'all. I got distracted for a little minute, man. But yeah, like, people going to look at it like, bro, no, man, don't do that. That's in the spirit of hip hop is making you look weak for coming out here and apologizing, man. So like I always say, man, if you gonna do something, you gotta stand on that. I believe that. Like, man, it's like I used to tell. Look, we have to make a joke. Like, it's some brothers that, like, if you like to date white women, right, and you don't wanna, and when you don't like people to question you or ask you, do you date white women? You don't like it to, like, brothers that don't, if you ever noticed this, right? A lot of brothers that date white women, mainly, they don't like for people to have this preconceived notion that they date white women. And it's like, brother, stand on that. That's what you do. Stand on it. If that's what you enjoy doing, stand on that. Don't try to act like, oh, no, I date black women too, when you only dated one black girl in the last 7 years. And you done been with 6, 7 white girls. Stand on that. Stand on it. Don't try to throw up all these shielders and these shields and these apologies, or try to throw up all these little other I don't know, to throw up these smoke and mirrors. Oh no, see, I do got a black girlfriend I dated when I was 15 years old. No, brother, if you like white women, if you like the snow, stand on that. Don't try to do all that other stuff. So I'm gonna say that for Cole. Cole, if you're gonna come out with a diss like that, I feel like you should have thought about all the possible outcomes and all the how it's gonna make your boy feel and all of that before diving off the ledge. You hear me? Because once you jump off the ledge, all right, let's get it, man. And I think Kendrick would have came. He probably still gonna come back with something. I don't know, or maybe he won't. Who knows, right? But I think he know Cole ain't really got no problem with him like that for real. Like, outside of some people say he was dissing Cole all throughout the like that verse, right? I heard that after Big 3 is just Big Me, but I don't know, something about a stick and something about a line about a stick, and that was related to J.Cole. I don't even remember. But I feel like the heavier shots was all thrown at Drake for real. The big shots was really thrown at Drake. But Cole, as a hip hop artist, heard his fans saying, hey, no, Cole, he's telling y'all after Big 3 is just Big Me. Cole, what you finna do? What you finna say? And Cole, like, in the spirit of hip hop, okay, let's do it. But I think he felt like, oh my God, I disrespected my boy. How could I do that? How could I do that? No, bro, you ain't listen, man. I don't think he, like, well, maybe he did. I don't know. Maybe he took exception to it. He was gonna come back at you, whatever. But we know that's your brother. We know you cool with him. But if you gonna do that, man, stand on that, man. Stand on it when you drop that. Don't try to retract it. Don't try to. No, Jermaine. No, that's not what we want. They gonna say you're acting light skinned, right? And I'm just, it's a joke. You know, I ain't got nothing against my light skinned brothers. We all black up in here, man. But yeah, man, I just think like people gonna look at it like, you know, funny, like, yo, that's weak, man. Now it's looking like you scared of Kendrick when I know he not. I just feel like he just, you know, didn't want to damage a friendship that he got with somebody that he calls a brother. But he should have thought about all of that before he released and recorded 7 Minute Drill. Peace.